how should you use the FOX-3 missiles? Hello guys, once again, it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe. And this is the most valid tactic that I think you can use with FOX-3's to get BVR kills. Okay guys, so we have some gameplay here, and while we do that, we're going to talk about. So the first thing is get an aircraft with FOX-3's and climb. Climb a lot, guys. Like, I try to maintain Mach 1, and then I climb to 10,000 meters at least, 30,000+ feet, okay? And then here, I need to go faster than Mach 1. Okay, guys, I need to go there, because Mach 1 will have a lot of drag when going to these transonic speeds, at least in theory, right? So at least give the missile enough energy to pass the Mach 1. So go Mach 1, 1.1, 1.15 at least, something like that, to actually be able to shoot targets. And with that, you can actually shoot as many targets as you want, you know. I normally would choose 2 to 3 and remain with at least 1 missile, depending on the aircraft that you are using. And then, of course, you're gonna crank to the left or to the right. Normally, I prefer to the left because people tend to go to the right, or on the opposite to their left, right? And then you're going to maintain the lock, the soft lock with TWS like that. And once the missiles go active, you will notice that when the missile actually loses the little circle around it, it means that the missile is going active. You just go cold, or stay at least in a perpendicular flight path to the enemy aircraft. Right? Because you need to maintain the distance, you need to maintain basically a little bit of speed, and of course don't go to directly to the missile, right? And of course, together with that, it is good to actually just try to put chaff between you and missiles that are definitely coming towards you. Then after that, you can basically just choose other targets over here and fire on them, you know, still flying a little bit higher, and, you know, get the targets that are missing there. If there's too many, fire on one of them and just, you know, basically turn away. This is the best tactic. Yes, is it 100% fault proof? No, it is not. There's no tactic that you use in this game that it's basically that. But you need to keep trying to do this, and you will get a lot of kills. Here, for example, I ended up running out of chaff, so the missile eventually got me, but you get the idea. Here we have a second match, same principle. I try to speed up until Mach 1, around Mach 1, and then I maintain a certain degree of climb that I can maintain that Mach 1 speed. This will make you climb very quickly. One thing that you have to worry about it here is that if you are doing this, don't, you know, worry about taking too much fuel, okay guys? You won't need that much fuel, so it's better to be lighter and just get there fast, you know, and climb as much as you can, as fast as you can, to actually be able to properly fire the missiles in the correct position, okay? So again, I climbed a lot over here. The distance doesn't matter too much. The map sizes kind of gives you an idea that if you climb enough and get enough speed, Mach 1 point something, it's enough already. But I tend to wait until like around 40 kilometers. This would mean that it has around 60+ seconds of flight sometimes, depending on the altitude. But at these altitudes, it's basically 40 seconds, right? Which means that the missile has sometimes almost more than 800, 900, you know, knots, I think. Is it knots or kilometers? I forgot to check the actual table. But the same principle here. I fired 2 missiles, waited for the missiles to go active on their targets, and then I just fly perpendicular. There is for sure missiles coming towards you, as you see right there. It might be going for a friendly target or anything like that, but still. That guy was pretty much already dead, which was unfortunately a thing that happened. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Another tactic that you can use is basically do this, but just be careful and look around to see if you can find a pattern of actual targets that the friendlies that you are flying with are targeting, right? We don't need 2 FOX-3 missiles going to the same target, you know, it's just not very helpful, is it? But again, I'm maintaining my altitude, my speed over here, trying to not turn very sharply. and trying to find targets that are still flying high. I didn't find any, so eventually I just chose targets that were flying lower, which was the correct idea. So sometimes you will miss, and a lot of times you will miss the high flying targets like that. Why? Because people are very, very careful right now with the FOX-3's, but people that are flying low, they're normally not paying attention too much, and together, looking up, and together with that, normally you can have a little bit of luck and have basically the blind spots of the RWRs on top of the aircraft, right? If you don't know, there are blind spots below and above the aircraft and of the RWR. And see, I mean, one kill, very easy kill, flying low, and a second kill there. So yeah, very, very easy kill. So the important part here, guys, is to actually stay alive. You need to stay alive. If you stay alive, you can do more things in the match. You can stay competitive and, kill more targets. Always have that in mind. Stay alive. I know it's kind of obvious, but a lot of people forget about this. They want to get a kill no matter if they die or not. No, being alive is more important, because if you have patience, eventually you will get more kills. So again, just like we had in this match, I got technically one kill over there with the F-15 at start, but I missed basically the first missile, and the second one got on a target that was already kind of dead. But then I got 2 kills on A120, right? So, have patience. If you stay alive, you can still do well, and you will miss missiles, And for example, if you are flying high, you can always do this type of tactic to actually help you get even more kills, which is also a very, very good thing. This match was over, but then we had the last one, which was, a different type of match over here. I basically spawn in the airfield, but the tactic is basically the same. I try to use a different type of fuel load over here to be lighter, so I was using the external fuel tanks, but 10 minutes of fuel. And you will see something very interesting happening here. Although I will get kills, eventually will get killed and potentially just, destroying the match maybe even, because I wasn't paying attention from below. So you really, really need to be careful when flying high with targets that are flying low and firing missiles on your blind spot of the RWR as well, right? So it's a mix of things that you need to do, but at the end of the day, the main thing is maintaining situational awareness at all costs, right? So here we have again flying very fast, trying to get to Mach 1.5, right? 10.6 kilometers of altitude, and I fired at 2 targets that are kind of in the same direction. Why? I mean, there were better targets out there, but these 2 were basically in the same direction, which means that I can maintain a soft lock with the smallest limit there of just being fast to actually do the whole scan with TWS, and yeah, I could just maintain the TWS soft lock while both missiles were going to the target until they went active. They went active again, I turn away, I go cold, and yeah, I got 1 kill. The second one I missed. This is normal, okay guys? You will miss missiles, even if it's the M120, even if it's the Mika, even it doesn't matter the missile, it doesn't matter the opportunity that you had. You will miss missiles, don't mind them. The important part is that you are getting kills here and there, and yeah, you don't need to be 100% effective. You just need to try to get the kills. Remember, a target that I kill at 50 kilometers, 40 kilometers is a target that is not even close to the battle and is already dead and not going to kill any of my friends over here, right? So it's very, very important. And here was my mistake. I tried to go, I maintain a position near the airfield. I wasn't expecting targets to be here, but still, I found the target there. I knew that he was in range. As you see, I was pretty fast. Not that high, but I was pretty fast. So it was pretty alright. And I noticed that a lot of missiles were coming towards from the bottom there. So it was like, there's something there, but I wouldn't trust it. So I got the missile to go active with TWS there, and I was just flying, trying to find another target, and then I looked down, and yes, there was other targets. Again, I ran out of chaff, but you get the idea of the strategy. Be aware of your situational awareness. Even flying high, it can be dangerous. Okay, guys? I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and this is how I fly with the FOX-3's.